are some insane tech deals I'm finding in December 2025. If you thought you missed out on the best deals in PC gaming on Black Friday or Cyber Monday, the good news is we're actually seeing better than Black Friday pricing on a lot of deals for gaming monitors, for gaming mice and keyboards, PC parts, gaming laptops, pre-built gaming PCs, and more. Welcome back to PC Builder. I'm about to shoot you through the best tech deals that I can find in December 2025. Everything is linked down in the video description. Check those links out and give the video a like if you get value out of it. Let's jump into it. This video is sponsored by Seasonic, who many consider the gold standard in PC power supplies. I recommend Seasonic PSUs because they're built to last and perform under load. For PC enthusiasts looking for ultimate performance, Seasonic's flagship Prime TX lineup delivers. ATX 3.1 and PCIe 5.1 compatible with 1300 and 1600 watt versions for maximum power needs. The Prime TX PSUs now come with updated 12-volt 2x6 cables for increased safety and reliability with RTX 50 series GPUs. And Seasonic's digital fan control means the PSU stays cool and quiet under load. If you are looking for no compromises, performance in power, thermals, and noise, check out the Seasonic Prime TX 1300 and TX 1600 using the link in the video description. All right, let's jump into gaming monitors first. We're going to start at OLED gaming monitors and 1440p, 240Hz, and higher refresh rate. Now, here's the thing. If you missed some of the deals around Black Friday, the good news is, while a lot of those deals are gone, the best deals are now available again. They went out of stock for a while, but they're back in stock. If you want these, I would take advantage of them as quickly as you can. Starting off with the cheapest 1440p 240Hz QD OLED panel out there right now, that's the AOC Q27 G41ZDF. Obviously, the difference between like an OLED gaming monitor and IPS or VA, those LCD monitors, you get incredible HDR. You get true deep blacks on them. You get basically instantaneous response times out there, especially if you're into esports. If you're even not in esports, just the display quality itself is amazing. Here's the thing about this monitor I want you to understand though. While it is phenomenal in terms of the panel itself, the stand is hot garbage. It is hot garbage. I will link in the video description a cheap monitor arm for like $20 to $30. You're gonna wanna get that because the stand basically just does a little bit of tilt there. You're gonna thank me for getting that monitor arm. But once you assemble that thing, which is relatively easy, $379 is an insane value. All right, moving over to 280Hz refresh rate QD OLED gaming monitors. These started to come out earlier this year. Prices have dropped pretty drastically on them, down to $429 right now for the Acer Predator, and these are all 27-inch, 280Hz. So this is the X27U Z1. So again, QD OLED, very similar panel on it. No USB hub or anything like that, kind of no extras. The one nice thing about this is the stand is actually pretty nice. It's got tilt, swivel, and height adjustment. So if for whatever reason you don't want to get the other panel, check out this one over at Amazon right now for $429. Here's a deal that just won't go away. Now it keeps selling out, but then they keep getting stock back in of it. This is the Alienware AW2725D. What's the difference between this and the panels I just showed you? This is a substantially better panel in terms of the features, but 360Hz. That's the major difference here. 360Hz refresh rate. Now, if you don't need that refresh rate, I would say don't spend the money necessarily. Maybe you're something adjacent, maybe I'll want it someday. So I'm willing to spend a little bit more because $549, pretty cheap for these 1440p, 240Hz and higher refresh rate panels. Remember, they came out at $1,000 not too long ago. The great thing about this one is the stand is great construction. It's got height, tilt, and swivel on it. This also has a full USB hub, so you can plug your mice, your keyboard in to your desk right there and then run that back to your PC and kind of cable manage it a little bit better. Out of the box calibration, everything else, this is one of the best 1440p OLED gaming monitors out there right now. $549 is still a steal. All right, moving over to 4K 240Hz QD OLED gaming monitors out there. And I've got two really good deals. Now, they absolute crazy, insane deals from Black Friday have sold out. However, these are pretty good deals, very, very close to those same price points. Let's start off with one that I'm kind of blown away that you can still pick up. This is a Samsung 32-inch G80 SD. So again, 240Hz QD OLED gaming panel. The nice thing about this is that basically a full featured monitor. It includes the USB hub, it includes the full height, tilt, and swivel stand to it. $799 is a really insane deal. The next ones up are pretty expensive. Here's only another 32-inch 4K 4K 240 hertz that I could find, QD-OLED, under $800 US right now. That's the MSI Mag 321 UPX. Now you can get this one over at Amazon. The stock is relatively low, not as many features as the Samsung. It doesn't have like the USB hub to it, but the stand's pretty good. And honestly, they use the same panel, so either one's a great pickup. All right, let's jump down to LCD gaming monitors out there. We're gonna go with a flat IPS 240 hertz, the best one out there. And is it possible that this is just as cheap as Black Friday at $277? This is the LG 27GR83Q-B. Now this gaming monitor has sold for up to $500 at times, so it is insane to see it down basically half price. It's a phenomenal one. It's got a great stand to it. Motion handling is excellent to it. Honestly, if you cannot afford to jump up to 240 hertz OLED, this is the gaming monitor that I would pick up if you want 240 hertz. All right, sticking with 1440p, what is the best 1440p LCD gaming monitor deal right now? Around 180 hertz. That is the Alienware AW2725DM. Now, yes, got down to $179 for Black Friday. That price is not coming back, but $189 is still crazy. This gaming monitor was made to compete in a market where these types of monitors sold for about $300. So you got a very premium stand to it, height, tilt, and swivel. It's got a full USB hub to it. Again, great construction. However, the entire gaming monitor market has crashed, and this price has crashed with it. Typically $220, but $189. This is an absolute steal, and if you missed out on it because it sold out relatively quickly around Black Friday, it's back in stock at a crazy price. As an alternative here, it was Acer Nitro 27-inch. $179, basically the same price. If the Alienware sells out, I would pick this up next. Note that there are several different versions of this panel, this XV271U or XV272U, that are pushed too hard. They're like 300 hertz. They're kind of trash. You want the 180 hertz one because that's the sweet spot for this overall panel right here. Again, great one, and it's got a really good stand to it. $179 just continues to be a good price. The best cheap 1440p gaming monitor right now is the ASRock Phantom PG27Q15R2A. That is a total mouthful, ASRock. You got to do something about that name. It is curved. It is VA. Just want to put that out there. But it is a great curved VA panel. It's not one of the many trash kind of black smeary VA panels out there. It's really, really good. 165 hertz, 27-inch, and the stand is full featured. It's got height, tilt, and swivel to it. It even has a Wi-Fi antenna on it, an extender on it, which is really, really crazy. $117. I mean, how do they even afford to ship this thing to you for $117? It just blows my mind how cheap these have gotten. For those of you looking for either a 4K game monitor and a full HD, a 1080p 360 hertz gaming monitor, this is one of the new Tandem monitors out there. So yes, 4K, 180 hertz, 27-inch, or it turns into a 360 hertz full HD with a push of a button, basically. This is a really good one. It's got a nice stand on it as well. $299 would be good for a 4K flat IPS monitor, frankly, but the fact that it's also a great tandem monitor and it's cheaper than some of the 360 hertz full HD gaming monitors out there, 2 thumbs up. If you're just looking for the best cheap gaming monitor deal under $100, that is the Pixio PX248 Prime V2. So it's a 24-inch 1080p 180 hertz refresh rate. It is flat, it is IPS. So it's a really, really good gaming monitor, all good motion handling to it. Color's absolutely good with it as well. The drawbacks, obviously, the stand is just a basically plastic stick on it. It's not gonna do height or any of those kinds of adjustment. You could consider getting a gaming monitor arm, or just a monitor arm, I should say, about $15 to $20 for it. But if you're looking for something cheap to get into gaming, this is the one to get. Let's jump into some graphics card deals. If you're looking to upgrade your graphics card, I would definitely not wait. We've seen RAM prices go up. What do graphics cards use? They use VRAM. Those prices are going up. We know that, especially if you want an RTX 5090. This is an insane deal right now. Jason, I thought the MSRP was $19.90. Yeah, the fake MSRP was $19.99, but basically $24.99 for a high-end overclock version. Really haven't seen this price out there. And the next cheapest one is about $2,800. That's for a slightly more cut down version. This is a great one. MSI Gaming Trio OC. Right now you can get this over at Best Buy. This will probably sell out pretty quickly. So if you want it, grab it. RTX 5080s unfortunately have become a little bit of unobtainium right now. Out of stock around the MSRP, but gotta pay about $1,100 to $1,200, almost $1,300 for one right now. To me, not really worth it. I think the deal still is the RTX 5070. If you have to have NVIDIA, we'll go over AMD GPU deals in just a second. $749 right now for the ASUS Prime back in stock at Amazon. However, January-ish delivery right now. If you're able to buy from Newegg, they actually have 4 different models at MSRP right now. They've got the MSI Ventus, the Gigabyte WindForce, and yes, they've got the ASUS Prime as well as the Zotac Solid, all for $749 and all delivered by Christmas right now. And then finally, RTX 5070, $499. Now the $479 one that was on Black Friday that was with a rebate, by the way, it's back $499. This is the PNY one over at Walmart. I would pick this one up right away if you want an RTX 5070. 12 gigs of VRAM is still enough for rasterized gaming in 2025 and the near future. Just not enough for like high-end ray tracing. Spend a little bit more to get something like that, but $499 is a good deal. All right, let's jump over to AMD Radeon GPU deals in the RX 9000 series. We're gonna start at the top with the 9070 XT. Unfortunately, if you were looking for an absolute MSRP 599 one, they have sold out at the time I'm filming this. It's possible we will see some additional stock come in at that $599 price point. So what are your best options right now? Well, for $20 more, which I think is a pretty good deal, the ASRock Steel Legend is a nice white themed card. If you're looking for a white themed card, ARGB on the 3 front fans, ARGB on the top. And what I really love about the ASRock cards, a couple other vendors do this as well, is it actually has a cable on the back where you can take the ARGB and plug it into your motherboard so you can control it with your native software. You don't have to download ASRock software to control the ARGB on the card. Super nice. $619 right now over at Newegg. You've got the ASRock Steel Legend RX 9070 XT dark version of it. It's basically just kind of a black themed, doesn't have the ARGB on the fans, does have the top light bar, and it has that same ARGB offload feature to it. But one of the better deals right now is the PowerColor Hellhound RX 9070 XT 16 gig for $629 for only $10 more. This is one of the more premium ones. It's got a mild overclock on it. Still, it's I think it's like 50 or 70 megahertz to it. So 2 thumbs up there, $629. I have this version of it. I absolutely love it. It is LED, not ARGB, by the way, so the light on it is blue. You can turn the light off if you don't want that, of course. But for $629, this is a great deal. All right, let's punch through the rest of the deals here. If you don't quite have a little over $600 to spend on your GPU, closer to $500, or maybe you just need to cut some budget out there to buy your RAM. ASRock Challenger right now, RX 9070, the non-XT version, 16 gig. The cheapest one I can find right now is $529. Yes, there was a $509 one. That deal might come back. I wouldn't necessarily hold out for it because, again, these GPU prices, we know AMD is raising, and as is NVIDIA, raising GPU prices. So this is a pretty good pickup right now, kind of more in the mid range. And then in terms of the 9060 XT 16 gigabyte, I can't find a model under $379. So all the MSRP models have sold out. All the near MSRP models have sold out. For $30 more, you can pick up the 9060 XT 16 gigabyte gaming OC version. It's a very mild overclock. I don't want to make it sound like it's some huge overclock. This is a slightly nicer version of it, and it's a 3-fan model to it. I will say if you want a 5060 Ti 16 gigabyte, unfortunately, $429, so it's still a $50 difference there. $429 is the cheapest I can find out there right now. There's a couple different models. That's the Zotac Twin Edge right now over at Newegg. Before we jump into other PC parts deals, we've got to go through these insane Newegg DDR5 combos. They keep dropping. Now, they tend to sell out, and then the day after or after that, Newegg will drop another one. Just keep checking back. So I'm going to walk you through what they look like, the pricing you can expect, and why these are really, really good, even for the old RAM pricing. And check the link down in the video description for the current ones that are being offered right now. So let's start off with this one. This is an AMD Ryzen one. They have Intel ones as well that we'll go through. This is for the X870E Tomahawk. They're using these super high-end motherboards that are very expensive, and they're giving you a massive discount basically on the motherboard in order to make the RAM more affordable. And the RAM comes out, if you figure this out, a pretty good price. So this is the X870E Tomahawk. I believe that's like a $300 plus motherboard. And then we've got a DDR5 6400 CL36 RAM kit, perfectly adequate for Ryzen systems or even most Intel systems out there. It's a white RGB one. This is the Corsair Vengeance kit. That cooler picture is absolutely wrong, by the way, Newegg. This is the correct cooler. It's actually a 240 millimeter Cooler Master Elite. It's a decent cooler. I value it at like $50, not $89 for sure, but that's just me personally. If you do the math on this with the motherboard and everything, you're getting the RAM kit for like $120, which if you know what RAM prices are right now, that's insane. This would even have been a pretty good deal a couple of months ago. But there's also some Intel kits out there. Now this is a really nice one, a Z890 Aorus Elite white motherboard with it. Super high-end motherboard. You're getting a 280 millimeter, really high-end Corsair liquid cooler. They say it's 169 value. I'd say more like $100. And then you're getting a DDR5, what is this, 6000 CL36, perfectly adequate RAM kit, Corsair Vengeance for $469 total. That basically makes the RAM like, I don't know, like $100 or something like that once you do the math, or maybe $150. Really, really crazy. And right now there's even a 64 gigabytes. I know I keep getting messages, oh, the 64 big RAM folks out there are getting left out. Well, here's one for you right now. Yes, it is a Z890 motherboard, so you're gonna have to do a Core Ultra CPU with it, but super high-end motherboard Z890, again with a Trident G-Skill kit on it, and a 360 millimeter, pretty decent cooler with it as well. I would actually say that is about an $89 value to it. Overall, really, really good. Check those links in the video description for the ones that are available right now. Of course, Newegg is also offering DDR4 combo deals that are really, really great as well. This is for an ASUS Tough Gaming B550-Plus, pretty high-end motherboard. Now, I don't typically recommend these motherboards anymore because AM4 CPUs are more a budget build, but if they're gonna just give it to you for this price of $199 with 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, 3200 CL16, total steal at $199. The challenge here, of course, is that AM4 CPUs are hard to find. I have heard system integrators have been buying them up a lot. These are people who make pre-builts because they're also looking for cheaper RAM, and DDR4 is still a lot cheaper than DDR5. And then, of course, we've got another great combo right here. Again, check the links in the video description because you keep rotating these in and out. This is for an ASRock B550 that's a perfectly adequate board, 32 gigabytes of DDR4 RAM, a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, and then a pretty high-end PC case by Montech here for $299. Now that we saw those combos, let's go through some good CPU deals right now. You can still pick up in the US at Newegg the AMD Ryzen 5 7500F. Great CPU, $160. Honestly, if you're looking to cut some costs because RAM price is right, this is a CPU that you should get. Remember, in the future, you're going to be able to drop in a future CPU upgrade when you have a little bit more money. But if you're budget constrained, I would definitely check this one out. Now, if you do want to invest a little bit more in your CPU, the 7600X right now over at Amazon keeps changing price just about every day. So just keep checking back. $179, still good price for the 7600X. Is it that much more performant than 7500F? A little bit, depends on your GPU choice. You can, of course, go up a little bit more with these 7700X. For $246 right now, this is one of the lower prices that we've seen for it. About Black Friday pricing here at $246. And then I will say, for the X3D CPUs, for like the 7800 X3D 384, that's generally a pretty good price. Not quite as good as it was on Black Friday, but still pretty good at 384. And then, of course, if you want a 9800 X3, $454, it's under MSRP right now, which is 2 thumbs up. For AM4 CPUs, it's really challenging. Again, I've heard system integrators are just soaking up any DDR4 CPUs out there along with DDR4 RAM because they're building pre-builts and they want to do it super cheap. So for those cheaper to more mid-range pre-builts are doing that. As a result, the only real AM4 CPU I can find out here on a good deal is the Ryzen 5 5500 for $75, sold and shipped by Amazon, by the way. Perfectly adequate. Now, it is only PCIe Gen 3, so just FYI on that. I would recommend a 9060 XT 16 gigabyte GPU over the 5060 Ti because it uses the full GPU connector, so it doesn't make the PCIe generation Gen 3 in this case a big deal, whereas you're going to lose some performance on that 5060 Ti. There are some other ones out there like the 5800 XT, however, they go up in price really fast to about $200. We'll get back to PC parts and a lot of other things, but let's go through some gaming laptop deals here. Let's start off with insane, better than Black Friday deals. This is the Lenovo Legion Pro 7i 16-inch with an RTX 5090, a 240 hertz OLED gaming screen, a high-end gaming CPU, that's the Intel Core Ultra 9 275HX, 2 thumbs up there, and 32 gigs of system RAM with a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. This gaming laptop, I think, was just a little over $3,000 for Black Friday. It is now $29.99. So it's actually a little bit cheaper. Totally crazy. I would not miss out on these deals because we know very shortly, because RAM prices have gone up, gaming laptop prices are going to go up massively, so take advantage of this. Another kind of blows your mind deal, I'm looking at the Omen Max gaming laptop. This is 16-inch. Now, this is not an OLED screen. This is 240 hertz IPS. Perfectly adequate. HP does a really good job on these laptops, by the way. Again, same CPU setup, Core Ultra 9 275HX, 32 gigs of system RAM with an RTX 5080 and a 1 terabyte NVMe for $19.99. That's after the $50 promo code there. This completely blows my mind. These laptops have started at like $2,600, $2,700 most of the year. Best Buy brought back the best Black Friday gaming laptop deal. Sold out, then came back at like around $1,900, but back at $1,499. The Acer Predator Helios Neo 16S. Now, what is this? 16-inch 240 hertz OLED on this one with, again, the Ultra 9 275HX Intel CPU, 32 gigs of system RAM and 1 terabyte NVMe SSD with the RTX 5070 Ti. Why is that important? It has 12 gigabytes of VRAM on it. If you drop down to even the 5070, you're 8 gig land. If you want high levels of 1440p gaming, this is the best deal by far. Check the links in the video description. Of course, deals are gonna go out of stock and I'll keep putting new deals in there. But if you've got under $1,000, in fact, $800 to spend, this is a smoking hot deal here. This is the Acer Nitro 5. So this is a IPS 180 hertz screen with an RTX 5060, an Intel Core 7 processor 240H, and then 16 gigabytes of system RAM, which is perfectly adequate still with a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. $800. This is about $200 cheaper than anything else I can find. And then this is the better than Black Friday deals. Now, Black Friday, this was $629. Now it's $599. This is basically the same setup that we were just looking at. Very similar. Acer Nitro 5, same screen on it. It's a flat IPS. $599 gets you a Ryzen 5 240 processor. It's still good gaming CPU with an RTX 5050 with 8 gigs of VRAM. Not a lot of difference between the 5060 and the 5050, and 16 gigabytes of RAM. For $200 cheaper, I might pick this one up. Remember, in the future, you can drop in a higher capacity NVMe SSD. All right, moving over to some pre-built gaming PC deals. We have a best pre-built gaming PC buying guide. This is this video here that you can see. In that description, I keep an updated list of the best deals that I can find. I'm gonna pick 3 deals. If you don't see one in the price point that you're looking for here with that configuration, jump in that video. It'll be linked down in the video description. You can check it out. Let's go over 3 deals. Let's start at the high end. If you're looking for an RTX 5080 with a 9800 X3D, about $2,600 what you're spending. You get a really nice system from Skytech here with a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, 32 gigs of DDR5 6000 RAM, so 2 thumbs up there. Overall, pretty good system with 2 terabytes of NVMe storage, $2,600 about what you're looking, and those prices are beginning to go up. Okay, this one is absolutely unreal over at Best Buy. $1,529, like $300 cheaper than everybody else right now. I don't know what's going on with this one. If you want it, I would pick it up. But this is a Ryzen 7700, 32 gigs of DDR5 6000 memory, and an RX 9070 XT 16 gigabyte with a 1 terabyte NVMe SSD. In that same case that we just saw, only the black version here, with a 360 millimeter all-in-one liquid cooler, just $1,529. When I saw this, my eyes basically popped out of my head. If you're looking for something closer to $1,000, you're probably gonna end up with something like this. It's the cheapest one I can find right now with a good GPU that has more than 8 gigabytes of VRAM out there, and that is the Skytech Gaming Zero. Why are these all Skytech? I don't know. Skytech just doesn't seem to be raising their prices as fast as everybody else is out there right now, and so they're kind of dominating the market. But this has an RX 9060 XT 16 gigabyte, great GPU, 1440p capable, 1 terabyte NVMe SSD with 32 gigs of system RAM. A lot of system builders right now are cutting their RAM down, so you'll see similar specs to this for about the same price, but only have 16 gigs of system RAM. I would pick this up instead. Some other PC parts deals I'm seeing right now, I got 2 motherboard deals here. I like the MSI B650M-A Pro Wi-Fi for $129. It's a great motherboard for more budget builds. If you don't want to use an ASRock board, if you don't mind using ASRock, there are some pretty good deals out there for about $100 right now. The other one I like right now, and I've liked pretty much all year, is the ASUS TUF Gaming B650E- Wi-Fi, back down to 169 after jumping all the way up to 189. This is basically Black Friday pricing right now. It's a more premium board with upgraded audio, a lot of other upgraded features on it. Love it a lot, including a PCIe Gen 5 GPU slot. Some case deals right now. It's not as good as Black Friday. It was like $64, $65 around Black Friday, but 69 or 70 bucks here for the Montech XR. This is a great PC case, full-size ATX, 3 included ARGB fans. The 2 on the side are reverse blade, so you don't have to see the back of the fan, but it does bring in air. We've used it in a lot of builds and really like it. The Antec C5 is the one we use in our 9800X 3D build. I absolutely love this case. 7 included ARGB fans. Right now, they've got it for, with the promo code, basically $104. It's about 30 bucks cheaper than I paid for it. The only thing I didn't like about it, the wiring was a little bit of a mess, but once we rewired it, this case looks amazing for really premium builds. If you are looking for storage right now, unfortunately, yeah, storage has gone up another 20 bucks this month. Was $79 last month, $99 now for about 1 terabyte. The cheapest ones I can find is like the Clevcraft C910. Drive I recommended for a long time. I will say if you're looking for like 2 or 4 terabytes, you still do get a discount as you go up in more storage. All right, let's jump through some gaming mice and gaming keyboard deals right now in December 2025. I like this deal. Razer Black Widow V4 mechanical gaming keyboard. This is a great one if you're looking for something a little higher end, but you're not ready to go to like the ultra high end just yet. $115 over at Amazon right now. Now, this is a full-size gaming keyboard to it, RGB lighting, macros, and the full deal. If you're like, Jason, that's a little rich for my blood, what can we do for about $30? SteelSeries Apex 3 TKL, that means 10 keyless. These are the keyboards that I personally prefer. I don't quite like 60%, a little too small. I like these with the arrow keys on them. $32 is an insane deal for this. I think I paid like 50 or 60 bucks for mine. Absolutely great keyboard. It's not one of the highest end, but I think if you're looking to spend money and get something that's a gaming keyboard, this is a pretty good deal. In terms of gaming mice deals out there, I'm seeing for the Razer Basilisk V3 Pro. Now, it's actually not $99. We'll scroll down in a second. It's actually $85 with a coupon right now. This is a great high performance mouse, super high ratings on this one overall. And if you click the coupon, it becomes $84, which is $15 that has been basically this entire year. If you don't need wireless and you can go with wired instead, the Razer Basilisk V3, another fantastic performance gaming mouse out there right now, $35. Again, this is the wired version. If you want the wireless, it's a little bit more money. If you're like, Jason, I just need something that's a keyboard and mouse combo that's about 30 bucks just to get me into gaming. Doesn't have to be the best thing. Red Dragon does really good on their combos. I have used their gaming keyboards, typically pretty good. Now, I've not particularly used this one here, but very, very highly rated right now. This is S101-3 Pro. So this is both a gaming mouse and gaming keyboard. Honestly, $30-ish to get into PC gaming with peripherals are better than you would buy with a pre-built. 2 thumbs up. If you're looking for a relatively affordable wired gaming headset out there that won't break the bank and has pretty good audio and a pretty good mic to it, check out the Razer Black Shark V2X. Right now at $35, it's just off of its Black Friday low pricing of, I think it's like $31. Still quite a bit lower than it was. I will say this will work for PS5, for Switch, PC, PS4. There is a specific Xbox branded version of it for just about the same price. Link in the video description. Remember, everything is linked down in the video description. Check out those links for current pricing and availability in your region. And of course, we'll keep updating those with the best deals that we can find throughout the month of December. If you got value out of this video, please give it a like. It makes a huge difference to the channel. And of course, subscribe for more cool PC content. And we'll catch you on the next one.